everybody. So first off, right out of the gate, want to let you know I just got home from work, so I apologize for all of this, but I wanted to be able to make a video that's been a long time in coming, and I apologize that it's taken so long. This is an update to my original B5 tapering video that I made last year. I do want to let you know that since I just got home from work, and I have a very long commute, I'm currently wearing 2 layers of sunscreen, one of which is tinted, so some stuff might be obscured, but all I have right now is one very small pimple right here, and I think it's because I did not wash my face before going to bed the other night. So I think the best way to start off our talk is to tell you about 2 curveballs that have been thrown my way since that first B5 video. I'm going to tell you about the most recent one first. Last week, I was without air conditioning for 48 hours, approximately. And B5 is a vitamin that is very much not stable in high temperatures. So it's quite likely that all of the capsules of B5 that I currently have on hand. However, since I'm not a chemist, I can't be sure of the exact amounts of B5 in those capsules. I know it's got to be less than 500 because B5 is very unstable in the heat, and it was a 48-hour period of triple-digit temperatures that my vitamins were in. I just know that there was definitely some potency lost during that period. We'll talk more about the ramifications of that after I tell you about the earlier curveball. So shortly after that initial B5 video, I actually got a job in healthcare where I am in the faces of elderly and immunocompromised people. In order to protect them, my colleagues and I all have to wear surgical masks for the entire workday, with the exception of lunch, of course. For those of you who are not familiar with the concept of maskne, I feel like I can't say that word correctly. When the skin is exposed to heat and moisture and irritation, all under occlusion, which is what occurs when you wear a mask, there is a much higher risk for acne. And so I felt like continuing my B5 taper while in this situation would just be adding fuel to the fire. I would be letting down my guard, so to speak, at the very moment when my risk of acne would be highest. So I paused my B5 taper, and I have continued to take 500 milligrams of B5 every other day since that last video, which was about a year ago. Obviously, that's not the experiment I had planned, but this period of time has allowed me to at least conclude that even during a period of time, an entire year, when I have had to be wearing a mask, I have still not suffered from maskne to any significant degree while on 500 milligrams of B5 every other day. Of course, I'm not saying that someone should start out on 500 milligrams of B5 every other day and expect not to get acne from a mask, but I can say that having tapered down from 2,000 per day to 500 every other day, I still have generally clear skin despite wearing a mask all the time. I say generally clear skin because I will occasionally get a blemish here or there because I wore my sunglasses for too long, or I went to bed without washing my face. And there's also the issue of my face being pressed against the pillow at night. More on that in another video. Now on to the time period since this most recent curveball of the triple-digit temperatures that my vitamins experienced. Since I've been continuing to take B5, I actually still have an entire bottle of B5 right now, if not more, actually. I'm not going to waste all of the capsules that I have. So for the next however many months it takes to get through those capsules, I am going to be taking one capsule every other day that contains anywhere from 0 to 500 milligrams of B5, probably closer to 0. For those of you who are familiar with controlling variables for experiments, you can probably appreciate this is not going to be an ideal situation. There are essentially two outcomes that we could have. Either number one, I break out, in which case we can say that taking less than 500 milligrams of B5 every other day did cause me to break out. Hello, darling. So that would be a fairly cut and dry conclusion. You're such a sweet girl. However, the other possibility, the second possibility, is that my skin might stay clear. Ironically, that will make the conclusions a little less clear. Because I am not a chemist, I cannot say whether those B5 capsules now contain 0 milligrams of B5 or 200 milligrams of B5 or 499 milligrams of B5. I just know some degradation surely had to have taken place over that 48-hour period. So if my skin stays clear, really we won't be able to draw any conclusions until that supply of capsules has run out. However, once that supply of capsules has run out, my plan is to then go to no more B5 whatsoever. So after a couple months of that, we'll be able to draw a really definite conclusion as to whether going cold turkey caused me to break out or if I was able to stay clear. I'm sorry that this video could not have been more definitive, but a few months from now, we will be able to draw a much more definitive conclusion about whether my skin can be clear once I have completely stopped taking vitamin B5. So that does it for this video. I hope that it was helpful. I'm going to try to edit it so that it's not rambling and that there's not a lot of Zoe-related incidents occurring during this video. And of course, I am going to keep you updated. So you're either going to hear from me the next few weeks that, hey, I broke out as soon as I started taking these degraded capsules, or you'll hear from me in a few months when I actually deliberately go cold turkey and find out whether my skin stays clear. All right, thank you so much for watching, and thank you all so much for sharing in this journey with me, for supporting my channel, for sharing my interest in this topic, and everything that I forgot to mention because I have a cat distracting me right now. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye.